Yeah. Oh, that's you right there.
Yeah.
Can I take your picture back?
What a great day it is. Welcome to the Training for Life campus. My name is Gary Woobers, and I'm the chairman for the Training for Life campus capital campaign. We have a lot of exciting things planned today, but before we begin, please join me in welcoming some of our Training for Life campus charter class athletes and our Hall of Fame inductees. These charter class athletes are not only the inspiration for this campus, but they also help make it happen. Together, 89 charter class athletes raised almost $250,000. A total of 39 Special Olympic athletes and volunteers who have been inducted into our Hall of Fame. You can read about the many accolades in our Hall of Inspiration in the hallway. We are honored to have several of them with us today. Thanks for joining us, Hall of Fame. Let's also give a special thanks to the Knights of Columbus 4th Degree Knights Honor Guard for providing the gauntlet. The Knights of Columbus are a year-round partner to Special Olympics Missouri. Thank you for the Knights in the state of Missouri. Let me share a story with you because Rob Eichelberger, where are you? Rob's right here, and Rob's one of the charter class athletes. Rob was also on our board of directors. As we were raising the money, Rob would always get a hold of me and text me back and forth, Gary, how are we doing? And I would send him messages and give him updates. Well, one time we got a $500,000 gift, and we were pretty excited about it. And I sent Rob a quick message and said, Rob, we got a $500,000 gift, and I think that puts us at about 80% of our goal. I don't get a text back right away, and I'm kind of surprised because Rob normally responds back pretty quick. So 15, 20 minutes go by, and then I get a text, and I read it, and it says, Gary, that puts us at 82.5% of our goal. So I send back to Rob, and I say, Rob, the day we open that Training for Life campus, which is today, I can't wait to see your smiling face. I get a text right back, and Rob says, Gary, I can't wait till we open that campus to see your smiling faces. I think there's a lot of smiling faces today, Rob. We're good now. Here is our governor, Michael Parsons.
Man, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? We doing good? Good. Man, what a crowd here tonight. And what a great facility we're at today. You guys know anything about this facility that's here today? Man, what a special deal this is. Is that not right for Missouri? Well, let me tell you, I'm honored to be here to be able to speak to you this afternoon, and I see a lot of great guests in the room. Some people I've seen and haven't seen for a while, so it's good to be here. So let me just, first of all, it's just proud to be here at this great occasion today for what we're going to be doing. And looking out there today, there are so many smiling faces that this is a moment to be proud of. A state-of-the-art training center for the Special Olympics. How about that? And this isn't just another training facility. It is the first of its kind in the world. How about that in Missouri? How about that? Taking a look at it today, you have all set the bar high and have continued to raise awareness since the Special Olympics was first created in the 1960s. And that is a testament to the integrity and the compassion of the people of Missouri. Built on land donated by the farmer and treehouse families. And we thank them for their generous donations in providing the foundation for this Special Olympic facility. Thank you very much for your contributions. This is a statewide effort for everyday citizens to state and local leaders. And we have a few leaders here with us today. And how about United States Senator Roy Blunt, I seen there earlier. Thank you, Roy, for what you do. And I know, so we also have former Governor Jay Nixon that I had the privilege of working with. Governor? And I know we have the mayor of Jefferson City in the crowd today somewhere. Mayor, you here somewhere? I think she's here. Hey, Mayor, I see you in the back. That's where all us Baptists hang out back there. And I know there's many other elected officials here today, but what a great occasion to be here for that. And Missouri's the best when we work together to improve the lives of our citizens. And this new Training of Life campus is a great example of what we can accomplish working together as Missourians. To all these athletes out in the audience today, you have earned this. You are more than just athletes. You are ambassadors of empowerment. And I want to thank the Special Olympics for continuing their mission by helping over 5 million athletes and their families, providing competitions and health screening all over the world. Thank you. This is a day to remember for the progress of the Special Olympics and the state of Missouri. And I'm proud to stand before you today for that great achievement. And I am honored to be the 57th governor of the state of Missouri. God bless each and every one of you. God bless the state of Missouri, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much for having me here today. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us today. My name is Derek Sambothi, and I'm a Special Olympics athlete from here in Jefferson City. I have been competing for more than 15 years. I have friends from all across the state of Missouri. The Training for Life campus will offer year-round training opportunities for athletes, coaches, and volunteers throughout Missouri. 1,200 athletes each year will get to come through our campus during camps. Not only that, but I get to work here now as a campus host. I'm the first Special Olympics athlete to be employed by SOMO. This job is a dream come true for me. Now please direct your attention to the video screens. We'd like to show you how this dream became a reality.
What started in 2006 as a way to make sure that our athletes always had a place they could train became a reality in late 2018. Over 50,000 Special Olympics Missouri athletes, family members, volunteers, and fans have dreamt of this reality for over a decade. One of those fans is Thomas Cleek from Columbia, Missouri. Thomas literally grew up with this project. In fact, since he was a little kid, he's dreamt of what his new home would look like.
I can't wait to train at the Training for Life campus.
I'm so excited to train and work as a Somal staff member at the Training for Life campus. It really means a lot. It's a place that all of us athletes can call home, and a place that we can train in all of our sports, and like a place that we can learn life skills.
I could tell you what this campus means to me, but it doesn't matter what it means to me. It matters what it means to our athletes.
I'm looking forward to practicing basketball here, softball, bocce, and trying out maybe a new sport.
I was like, sweet, man, this is a beautiful place, and I can't wait to come here to start training and working on different things.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good, pretty awesome. And I liked it. I liked the fields, the soccer field and the football field and the track.
Well, what I'm looking forward to right now is the training here this summer. Like more athletes can work here too, like employment opportunities, and show people that people with disabilities can work and be successful.
It's a place where we call home, and it'll be ours, and it'll be fantastic.
This campus means absolutely the world to me. It gives me a chance to meet new people, make new friends and stuff, and just learn all kinds of different things, and also be a part of the Healthy Athletes program.
I love it. I can actually call this home now.
I'm looking forward to trying to compete and train on this field so I can get another shot at nationals.
When I walked through the doors this morning, I'm like, hey, my dream has come true, and I'm excited and hope to spend many times here. We're going to have good times here. My fellow athletes and I are finally getting to have a future home.
You made this happen. Everybody played a role in making this dream become a reality for our athletes. Were you a donor? You provided the backing. Were you on the construction crew? You provided the skilled labor. Were you a board member? You provided the guidance. Were you a cheerleader? You provided the support. Were you an athlete? You provided the inspiration to keep going no matter what obstacles got in our way. Thank you, each and every one of you, for making this a reality.
I would just like to thank all the families, the athletes, and all the donors for making this a dream come true for all of us athletes.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to everybody.
I like the building pretty good. I'd like to come back again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Me and my other friends of athletes would like to say thank you, and it means so much to us. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Esmo and Masamo.
I'd like to thank everybody that put their hard work into it, and thank all the people, all the the people have developed it.
We're going to enjoy having this place to call home.
Yeah, I would like to thank those that I donated money and everything else.
Take care. Take care.
Hi, my name is Beth. I love our new home. Yeah.
And thank you to all the construction guys and all the donors. All of my fellow athletes and I, we very much appreciate this, and we look forward to your continued support. And rock on Training for Life campus.
Who's excited about being here? I don't know if you've noticed or not, but it's a full house, standing room only. Well, let me just say thank you. My name's Mark Musso, and I'm on staff here. I just want to say thank you to all of you. Today marks the 50th celebration since we did our ribbon cutting. We've had special tours for our donors, our families, our athletes, our volunteers, our partners, and they've had their chance to celebrate the campus. Today's your chance to celebrate the campus. And I have a great responsibility today. I get to say thank you to a bunch of people. So let me start that by saying thank you to you, each and every one of you, because you are here today. You made it a priority to be here today, and you didn't come up with, oh, my travel schedule, or I've got this going, or I got that going. You're here, and years from now, when they talk about this day, you can say I was there. So give yourselves a hand for being here and making it a priority. I want to introduce some folks and ask them to stand, and none of them know I'm going to do this, so we'll look around for them. You obviously, if you've looked around the campus, you realize what a great campus it is. The design build team, could I ask our architect, Simon Oswald, and general contractors, Reinhard S.M. Wilson, would you all please stand? Where are they? There they are in the very back there. Amy, it was a pleasure working with you and your team. Simon Oswald did a great job on the design. We just couldn't be happier. We got a few things on the punch list I'll visit with you about later. I'd also like to thank a group of people that never get enough credit. They're year-round volunteers. They give of their time, and they're in the background, and you ever hardly much about them. But that's our board of directors. These individuals are volunteering day in and day out. They're responsible for fundraising, strategic planning. They're responsible for hiring new CEOs, and they are the ones who really make it all happen. And so what I'd like to do is ask all past and present board members to please stand at this time. And then another group that certainly doesn't get enough credit, that's the 40 people who put on 250 events a year throughout the state of Missouri in a very safe and efficient way. They raise $7.5 million a year to run the program in Missouri, and that's the SOMO staff. And I'd like to ask all SOMO past and present staff to please stand as well. And I can't tell you how exciting it is to have some past staff members here and realize they wanted to come back to be a part of this because they helped create it. Those of you that know me know that I never single out staff members, but I'm going to today. There's two people who deserve the lion's share of the credit for where you are today. One helped raise all the money, and the other one oversaw the transition from our old facility into the new facility and the continuation of the management here. And that's Lori Shadone and Mary Lou Hammond. Could you please stand? Speaking of family, my entire family's here today, and would you guys stand? I appreciate you not giving up on this dream and for all your support. And we'll spend some time together, I promise. Lastly, I want to thank the real heroes that made this happen. You know, you're gonna have some people are gonna take credit for making this happen. You're gonna have some that had nothing to do with it. And then you're gonna have some like the next people that I want to recognize, because these are the ones who really made it happen. And I'm gonna start with a guy that came from a long ways away. In fact, he started in New Jersey. He was the president of New Jersey. And a lot of this campus that you see is a result of modeling what they did well and also not making the mistakes that they made. And he was the president in Special Olympics New Jersey. He's now the president and managing director of Special Olympics North America. He created the palette for which we created the vision of this campus. Mark, would you come up here, please? I want to give you something. I gotta read something. This says Mark Edenson, which conveniently is your name. And it says, thanks for making the dream a reality of a place Somo athletes will call home for decades to come. This is your lifetime pass to the Training for Life campus. Now the next three, and I apologize because I didn't tell them I was going to do this, so I hope they're here. I know one is. These next three are the reason that we're in Jefferson City. There are a lot of people that were involved in the Jefferson City bid, but these are the three who really made it happen. The first one is one that I've been trying to convince he needs to become governor one day. I think he's going to listen to me. He's working on that. And that's Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe. Mike, are you here? I know he's got, come up here, Mike. No one was more instrumental in keeping us in Jefferson City than Mike Kehoe. He led the group that made sure that our board voted unanimously to stay in Jefferson City. Mike, this is your lifetime pass to this campus. And then if you don't know by now, you're on some donated land, 16.5 acres to be exact, worth $3.2 million. And if you haven't gone out back and looked at the bluff, it's spectacular. And I'm not sure if these two are here, but the two individuals that are most responsible for us working with the Farmer and Twee House families are Kirk Farmer and Rob Kingsbury. Kirk and Rob, are you here? I don't know if they're here or not. There are always board members who go above and beyond. And we have two board members that I want to single out for what they've done. Those of you that have served on board of directors know that you either give, get, or get off. We've all heard that. And it's seldom that you get someone that both gives and gets at a level that Roger Gardner did. Roger, would you please come forward? And there had to be someone on behalf of the board that chaired the committee that made sure that this place got constructed properly and worked with the contractors and the architect. And he did a magnificent job, Dr. Phil Cook. And you heard about all the money that was raised. There was actually two volunteers that made that all happen. One that started it and one that finished it. One from St. Louis and one from Jefferson City. Mark Busson and Gary Wilbers, would you please come forward? And I have two more to do, and these two individuals exemplify what happens when you reach across the aisle. These two individuals were going to make sure that this campus was built no matter what. They never gave up. They never gave up on me. They never gave up on our team, and they never gave up on the dream that this was going to happen. And the one who supported us as our honorary head coach in his 8 years as governor and 16 years as Attorney General, I want to give a lifetime pass to the Honorable Jay Nixon. There are a few people in Congress that are more champions of Special Olympics than the next gentleman. Actually, you have to go back to President Kennedy to see someone that's the champion at the level that this gentleman is. He's reached across the aisle each and every year. There's no elected official that has done more for Special Olympics worldwide than the next person. He is the responsible person for all the healthy athletes, all the unified schools, unified champion schools. No one has done for Special Olympics what Senator Roy Blunt has done. Would you please welcome Senator Roy Blunt?
Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank all of you, and thank Governor Nixon for giving me his time. Certainly the tax credits, the commitment to this facility, all made a big difference. It was a long time before I thought I was going to have a call with Mark Musso that didn't mention how many tax credits were still available and what we could do to help make that happen and move that forward. What a great moment. And Mark Musso, nobody more responsible for this than you. Let's give Mark a hand. This was in many ways truly mission impossible. This was something that nobody but Mark for a long time believed could be done, but then he was joined by the board, he was joined by the people willing to give the land, he was joined by the governor, he was joined by people all over the country that encouraged that this happen, and this is something that nobody else has. Here at the 50th anniversary year of Special Olympics, Missouri has the premier facility, the premier Training for Life campus anywhere. Today, Missouri goes from the show me state to the show you state, and that is happening right here at this facility. My wife Abby's here, Charlie's here. Charlie had an opportunity to do a community service effort and a fundraising effort last year at this time, and he made the focus of that Special Olympics. And so the bench out front is partly because he's a really good guy, but it's also partly because he figured out how to raise $20,000, and it went right here. You know, Eunice Shriver, when she thought of this concept, and Mrs. Shriver became a good friend of Abby's and mine in the last 10 years of her life and inspired me to get more involved. We connected first when I just stepped up and I wanted to sponsor the legislation for healthy athletes. Healthy athletes had already started, but up until then, Special Olympics had been totally a volunteer, private money effort, and still largely is, but this one part of Special Olympics, healthy athletes, is something that because of a little greater approach the country was able to help add and encourage adding. I will tell you when I sponsored the legislation, I followed this pretty closely, particularly the first few years, and the stories were unbelievable. You know, families that were dealing with big challenges, but families who cared about their kids, who cared about their young adults, who were doing everything they could think of, but easy to miss things in that challenging world that you don't know you're missing. I was talking to somebody after the first Healthy Olympics, Healthy Athletes effort made at Missouri State University, and he said to me after he got his eyeglasses prescription, Softball is a lot easier when there's only one ball. Said, up until now, I've always seen two balls. There's really not that much to this game after all, when you've only got one ball. And another dentist who was telling me of somebody they dealt with who had a dental problem that was so severe that the average person would not have been able to stand it. And this person had been dealing with it for 5 or 6 years and just didn't explain it in a way that that person's family, who cared a lot about them, didn't get what needed to be done. Or I think, Mark, in the first year of Healthy Athletes, about 40% of the athletes had the wrong shoe size. You know, these are the kinds of things that make a real difference. And having the governor here today, Governor Parson and Governor Nixon, Dr. Redfield, by the way, is here from the Center for Disease Control. Dr. Redfield, stand up. The Center for Disease Control. In Atlanta, Georgia, it is the place where there's an Ebola outbreak anywhere in the world. When we have a flu epidemic that we think we need to immediately get under control, that happens under Dr. Redfield's watch and his work. But they also have combined with that one of the great research facilities in the country and are looking at what we're doing here as part of that. So pleased to be here. I know that the athletes' oath is coming up from the athletes themselves in a little bit, but it is so inspirational to me. Abby and I, as I said, knew Mrs. Shriver well enough to imagine the moment she came up with this and how much like all of us who are competitive, she meant the first phrase, which was, let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. What this facility is dedicated to are so many people and their families who not only want to win, but more importantly, are brave in the attempt.
Thank you, Senator DeBlanc. And I'd like to welcome my fellow athlete and charter class member Brock Gooseman to the stage to lead us in the athlete's oath.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Hey guys, I want to know if do we like our new home? I guess that's a yes.
He was our honorary head coach for 8 years. Former Governor of Missouri, the Honorable Jay Nixon, will lead the coach's oath.
Thank you. Before I have all the coaches stand, I just want to say we're really, really happy for Mark Musso. As a former basketball player, I'm happy he's not reffing anymore. He tended to, if you were over 6 foot and perhaps thick and tried to post up a little bit, he thought that that was improper use of your body in basketball. So it meant for my games being extremely short. Later in life, he realized with limited jumping ability I had, I needed all the help I could, and so I got a sliding scale. But we played a benefit game one night with the Hankies and a bunch of other folks for Special Olympics, and it was a very difficult game. We had legislators, we had these Major League Baseball players, and they were just going at each other, and very competitive. Game gets ended. Mark thanks everybody for playing. We raised a little bit of money, and he comes to our locker room and he said, "Everybody okay?" And I said, "Yeah, we're fine." And he was saying, "I should have reffed the game. I should have reffed the game. It would have gotten under control." But I just want to say that he took that kind of ownership over any tasks he had in front of him. And he took that positive attitude with him all the way. And I would want to say what Mark won't say himself here today probably, but while in these kind of ceremonies, our focus is on what has been done to get us here, the real thing that we are doing is passing this facility to the future and doing the one thing that everybody should try to do in life. They teach you in Boy Scouts, they teach you in life. Leave it better than you found it. And for everybody that was involved, you can guarantee that every athlete, those that don't even know what today happened or haven't been born yet, will have it better than we had it because of the collective work of people here. It's very much of an honor to be involved with this. So I would ask all of the coaches, our former coaches, to rise, if you would, please. First of all, thank you for your patience. So, repeat after me. I promise that we shall take part in these Special Olympic Games respecting and abiding by the rules which govern those games in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of sport and the honor of our teams. Thank you and Godspeed.
Next, it is my honor to introduce Mark Edenson, who is the Regional President and Managing Director of Special Olympics North America.
Thank you, my friend. Awesome job. Derek, we always have to roll with the flow. Nice job, pal. Senator Blunt, former Governor Nixon, Mayor, Lieutenant Governor, all I see here is Missouri pride. It's absolutely amazing what you guys have produced here. And the crazy thing is Don and David and Gary and Phil and Mark and all these guys, they didn't have to do this. Special Olympics Missouri was just doing fine. They had great games. I've been to some of their events. Dynamite volunteers, exceptional coaches, incredible athletes. They didn't have to do it. But they said it was not good enough. And that was very powerful. We were talking today, Mark and I, and it was a holy crap moment when you say you're going to build one of these things and say you can't look back. And that's what they did. And they said, we're going to go build a $17 million facility. And that's a pretty remarkable undertaking. So I'm into stopping time. And today's a special moment because if you look at the 50 in front of me, Mark goes back 45 years, I go back 45 years. There's a number of execs who are here from neighboring states who go back a long time. Many of you do. Think about 45 and 50 years ago and think about today. If this doesn't make a statement, if Missouri has not made a statement of how far this organization's come, when you take a look at what you've created here, congratulations to you. So you're here to celebrate this facility, but the story is going to change. Today you're going to celebrate the completion of the campus, but 20 years from now, you're going to be celebrating tens of thousands of impacts that you'll make on athletes, hundreds of thousands of stories. Think about how many baskets will be made on this court and celebrations by athletes and their families who'll be sitting in the stands. Think about it. Every day of the week, 365 days a year, this facility will be programmed in years to come. Think about the scores on the soccer field. Think about the laps. Think about the impact this is going to make on the athletes at Special Olympics. So I will tell you, they built this for you. And the crazy thing is that you actually built it for yourselves. And that's an amazing accomplishment, what you guys did. You stepped up and you said, I want a home, and I'm going to go ahead and find those funds to do it. So congratulations to all of you as well. You've earned this. So what I say is celebrate today. Celebrate today. But when you leave here, begin to build the celebration for tomorrow. It's going to take a lot of work to design the programs for this building, eventually having 5,000 athletes walking through the doors all throughout the year, taking advantage of all the programs that are going to grow to take place here. Know that everybody has to play the same role. You don't stop. You built it, you're here, you don't go away. You all now find a role and how you create the next legacy with this facility, and what you really celebrate are all those memories and all those impressions you're going to make on athletes and families. And I have to say to Mr. Mark Musso, Mark, we've known each other for a while, and you know, you get emotional under these circumstances, but you remember what 45 years was ago, and you remember starting here and what you built, and the idea that you've got bricks and mortars and you've got something called a home. I think what you've done is you made an impact on the Special Olympics movement throughout the world. There's nothing like this, and I'm the first to tell you, I've seen everything. Nothing comes close. So congratulations, Mark. Congratulations to the entire Special Olympics Missouri team, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. This year, as you heard, marks our 50th anniversary of Special Olympics. It also marks the first time a facility has opened that is dedicated exclusively to the health and fitness of people with intellectual disabilities. I hope you get a chance to tour the campus earlier today, and you heard the stories from some of our athletes, including Laren Bryant McCants. Can you please stand, Laren? Give him a hand. Laren's insurance does not offer assistance for hearing aids, and his severe hearing loss has been a barrier to his overall personal growth on and off the playing fields. Through the Healthy Athletes Initiative, Laren's family was introduced to Dr. Jennifer Shoemaker, who helped them explore the opportunities of obtaining hearing aids. Dr. Shoemaker was able to connect with the Starkey Foundation to secure not one, but 2 hearing aids for Laren. He is just one athlete who will benefit from the expanded health and wellness services here at our Training for Life campus. Our Training for Life campus will serve current and future generations of individuals with intellectual disabilities and will be the largest such facility in the scope in the world. The campus will provide enrichment opportunities for new and existing SOMO programs such as Healthy Athletes Program, life skills training, exercise programs, and even early intervention services for children as young as 3 with our Young Athlete Program. These additional programs are specifically designed to improve health, fitness, and socialization among our athletes. Now, we're going to give one final group we need to recognize, and that's our law enforcement officers. If you direct your attention to our video screens, you will see that they're headed this way in what we call the Special Olympics Flame of Hope. Please look up and, yes, please stand. They're getting ready to enter now. This flame represents the respect that law enforcement officers have from across the state and from around the world, and for that matter, have for Special Olympic athletes. They serve as the guardians of the flame, and we're extremely proud to have them as part of our team. Missouri law enforcement is currently ranked as the #7 group of torch run officers in the world in terms of funds raised. You may have gotten the pose earlier with the replica of the Flame of Hope in the Hall of Inspiration, but you're about to see the real thing. It's here. The officers you see, they're all previous winners of the John Michael Letts Award, the highest honor for Missouri's LETR. Give them another hand. We can't thank them enough for bringing the Flame of Hope and sharing the Special Olympics mission with their local communities. I'm going to now turn it over to Beth Brokamp and the rest of our Hall of Famers. Let me help you out here, Beth.
Thank you, everybody. You would help me, please.
Okay.
I know Claire, the Training of Life Campus is a official open for everybody.
Great job, Beth.
Our new house.
Yep. Mark Busson, you started this. I'm going to let you end it this time. Mark Busson, you heard he's one of the folks that started this progress. He's going to say a few words for us.
Thank you. In all my years with Special Olympics, I've given a lot of my time, a lot of my money, and I've raised a lot of money, but I've never asked for anything in return. Today that changed as I asked for 4 minutes of your time. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to convey my thanks to everyone who made this happen. Thanks to everyone who wrote a big check, a small check, and to those who just passed along an encouraging word to keep going. Thanks to everyone who kept up the hope through the years, and to all of you for your energy, your beliefs, and your sacrifices. I'm going to quickly reference a few movies, which is kind of funny because I doubt there's anyone here that has seen fewer movies than me. But the first would be Field of Dreams. Now, I know everyone thinks I'm going to reference, if you build it, they will come, and I do believe that is what we will see here. But my favorite part is when the little girl is choking on the hot dog, and Doc Midnight Graham has to make that choice of crossing over that white line and giving up the chance to play professional baseball forever or to help that little girl. He chose to cross that line, and I want to tell you, we had a whole lot of Doc Midnight Grahams that decided to sacrifice their personal pleasure over the last 12 years to help get this project done. Today is your reward, and I believe someday you'll be rewarded eternally for your work. The second is the movie is The Natural. Robert Redford played the role of Roy Hobbs. Anybody remember that one? A legendary baseball player who was playing catch with his father, and his father suffered a fatal heart attack near an old tree. Roy Hobbs carved a new bat out of that tree and named it Wonder Boy, and he hit majestic tape measure home runs with his magic bat. Until one day, the bat broke in the 9th inning of the championship game. He was devastated, but he told the bat boy, "Pick me out a winner, Bobby." Little bat boy Bobby brought him a new bat, and the next pitch, he hit the most famous home run in movie history into the exploding light standards. My point is that there was really no magic in that first bat. It was all about confidence. And that's what this place will be about, too, for our athletes. This complex was built with extra love, care, and pride by our construction companies and their workers, who refused to take shortcuts because they wanted nothing but the best for our athletes. But at the end of the day, when we turn out the lights, it really isn't any different than any other building. We got concrete blocks, windows, and a roof. But when our 15,000 athletes walk through these doors,
magic happens. Just like the confidence that Roy Hobbs had with that Wonder Boy bat, smiles will explode, the educational rooms will become smarter, the track will become faster, the weights in the weight room will magically elevate, the cheers in this gym will rattle the windows, and the health screening rooms will dole out remedies that will change lives. There is no building in the world that has a more appropriate fitting name than this one, Training for Life Campus. While we love to celebrate our gold medal winners, this complex is for all of our athletes of any ability. Win, lose, no matter. What matters is that we try to be the best that we can be. I'll tell you a quick story because there's nothing better than a real-life Special Olympics story. And trust me, I have lots of them. Several years ago, my softball team was losing by 3 in the last inning with 2 outs and no one on. Big Mike ended up hitting a grand slam to win a gold medal. Every year I throw a holiday party to highlight that year's events. And at that party, when I said, "Who remembers Big Mike's grand slam to win the gold medal?" everyone there cheered wildly. Then I said, "Who remembers what little Julie did that game?" And there was silence. Little Julie came to our team, rarely talked, had trouble holding the bat, and got confused on which way to run the bases. Little Julie came to bat that last inning with 2 outs, and with all her might, swung and hit a ball about 20 feet down the third base line. She softly dropped the bat and ran safely to first base to start our rally. Now, if little Julie doesn't get that base hit, guess what? Big Mike never gets a chance to hit that grand slam. While everyone was rejoicing Big Mike's grand slam, I had tears running down my eyes because of what little Julie accomplished. That is what the Training for Life campus will be all about, all levels of accomplishment. I never use the word disability when describing our Special Olympic Angels. You can strike those first 3 letters from that word and deposit them in the nearest trash can as far as I'm concerned, because they have plenty of ability. They will make you shake your head and smile and say, "Wow, how did that happen?" About 10 years ago, we were at Tantera at our annual leadership conference discussing whether we could pull this complex off. I was sitting at a long table, and from our far right, they started passing down this note towards me. It was a piece of paper that was handed to me. I kept this note next to my phone at my office all those years. It reads, "Mark, no matter what you hear, please don't let our dreams die." I have that note right here. It was signed by Hall of Famer Coach B. Coach B, today our dream has become a reality, and I have to tell you, I still find myself pinching myself as we stand here. It's every coach's dream to coach kids that care, that want to get better, and I hit the jackpot when Special Olympics came into my life. I thank all of you for your kindness and your generosity. You will never have a better return on your investment of time and money than what you see right here. Great things are going to happen because of your kindness, and I hope your kindness is returned to you many times over. I will be forever indebted to you for making this dream a reality. God bless all of our Special Olympic athletes. God bless the farmer and the Twee House family that fell out of the sky for us, man. And God bless all the rest of you who made today possible. Thanks.
We thank you for being here. Very exciting day. That wraps up our ceremony.